think will happen when we get back? We can figure all of this out. You and me. Shit, I didn't read what that said. All I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. God, it's so annoying. But now? What do you think will happen now when we get back? We'll fix this, together. Everything you and I worked for in our lives, accomplishments, changes, none of it will matter. You've gotten through difficult situations before. This time won't be any different. Work through it, one day at a time. It's not just me, is it? You were supposed to be the one who had everything under control. You said so yourself. The ship, this crew, everything that happened here. This was your responsibility, Captain. That's what you'll be hearing for the rest of your life. Or this can all be remembered as a tragedy, despite what must have been the best efforts of its acclaimed captain. The Tulpar crew was never found. No one survived to tell the tale. We get to see him. Whoa. He looks way different than I expected him to. You're standing at the top, feet in cement. I get it now. Right? Right.
American military presence in the Baltics has been reinforced in response to the Russian military exercises held on both sides of the Sawatki Gap in Kaliningrad and Belarus. With more than 40,000 military personnel involved, ships, tanks, planes, and helicopters, it's the biggest military exercise ever held in the region. Camp Herkus, the new permanent U.S. base in the region, is at the epicenter of tensions, as U.S. and Russian military exercises are held simultaneously less than 20 miles away from each other.
The need for the permanent deployment of U.S. forces in Lithuania is more apparent than ever, and we are looking forward to continuing to take advantage of opportunities to enhance the interoperability of our forces, providing a credible deterrent against any potential aggression, and to operate more effectively should deterrence fail.
General Bennett, you are in charge of U.S. military operations in the region. Why are U.S. forces in such close proximity to the Russian exercise? Don't you fear this aggressive posture could lead to an escalation?
Last time I checked, Lithuania was a sovereign country. If it is their wish to host permanent U.S. forces on their soil, I don't see why Moscow should have a say in that. Now, if you excuse me, I have a military exercise to prepare.
Thank you, General Bennett.
Good morning, Commander. So, have you seen me on the news? Everyone's talking about this exercise. It's not every day you see such a display of power. Reminds me of Desert Storm in '91. Ah, the good old days. Anyway, Major Williams, how are the preparations coming along?
The men are ready, General. We can begin the exercise.
All right then, showtime.
Oh, one last thing, General. A special diplomatic envoy sent by Washington has demanded to meet you. Counselor Miller?
Of course it's Miller. No military demonstration in the world is complete without this vulture showing up. His stupid face is the last thing I want to see today. So let's go, we're on a schedule. keeps calling and won't give me a break if I don't throw him a bone. Go pick him up at his hotel and take him for a tour, Commander. Show him around the base, do whatever you want, as long as you keep him out of my hair. And take Williams with you. No offense, but she's more talkative than you.
Well, Commander, I guess we're the bone then. Miller's hotel is on the way to the training area. Let's hope he's in a better mood than the General.
Humvee awaiting commands. Troop transport ready. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Copy. Relocating. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Moving out. Pedal to the metal. Already there. Keep the engine running, just in case. Roger, moving out. Moving there now.
There are units from all three Baltic states regrouped here. Lithuanian artillery, mechanized infantry from Latvia, as well as reservists and armored vehicles from Estonia. They have different equipment, different tactics, speak different languages. Creating an interoperable force in this region is a real headache.
Humvee here. Driver, stop. Roger, we're on the move.
Counselor Miller, I am Major Williams. It's a pleasure to have you with us. The Commander and I will show you around on our way to the General. Please hop in.
Well, it's about time. Let's go. Take me to the training ground first. I need to make sure that our equipment is showcased in the best possible conditions.
The exercise is about to start, so you will be able to see for yourself. But I didn't know there was a show.
This whole exercise is for show, Major. A show of force for our potential enemies, but also an arms fair for our partners.
I see. And which partners are we trying to impress today, Counselor?
That's confidential. Just drive, Major. Someone asked for a ride? Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Are we there yet, Major?
Almost, sir. This is the artillery training ground, Counselor. Here our soldiers practice fire mission procedures. The Commander will make a demonstration for you.
Well, let's see how much time it'll take you to hit all these targets, Commander. Who needs support?
Dispersion increases with distance. That's why more rounds are needed to hit targets located further away. Smart munitions don't have this problem. They are much more accurate and can correct their trajectory to hit a target designated by a laser.
Good copy. Fire coordinates received. Roger. Call for fire received. Who wants a skylight for his house?
As you can see, our latest battlefield management interface enables extremely responsive fire missions.
It was I who sold that concept to Congress. Glad to see it works in practice, too.
Humvee reporting in.
So how is your hotel, counselor? I've heard it's quite fancy.
Apart from the fact that I was woken up every 20 minutes by helicopters passing right over my head, it was lovely.
Troop transport. Standing by.
Hey, why is the radar of this Patriot turned off?
It's the standard procedure to keep the radar turned off by default, to keep the unit mobile and avoid destruction by anti-radiation missiles. They can still use their backup tracking systems to target aircraft, but in this mode, their detection and engagement range are limited.
Then switch this radar on, Commander. Let's see how far target practice drones can be detected and engaged.
The higher they fly, the further they fall. Radar turned on. Looking for airplanes.
Wow! The range of these missiles is impressive.
The efficiency of the radar depends on the altitude of the target. Low-flying aircraft are harder to detect, and helicopters cannot be targeted at all as they fly below the minimum detection altitude of the radar. That's why short-range air defense, SHORAD, is needed to complement long-range surface-to-air
Humvee
missiles.
awaiting orders. Roger, engaging. Roger, moving to next waypoint.
A fine demonstration of our firepower, Commander. The message is clear. No country equipped with our anti-aircraft systems need worry about its airspace being violated.
This is the tank firing range. A platoon of M1A2 Abrams is ready for the demonstration. Tank armor is much stronger on the front than on the sides. The training of our crews consists in maneuvering to engage the enemy from the flank, while minimizing the exposure of their own flanks. Tanks carry different types of rounds. Explosive rounds to engage infantry and lightly armored vehicles, and armor-piercing rounds to deal with highly armored targets. Explosive rounds are equally effective at any distance, but the penetration of armor-piercing rounds increases the closer you get to the target. You should move closer to the targets to demonstrate the increased penetrating power of the kinetic ammunition, Commander.
armed up and ready to go. Make way. Heavy cav is on the field. Abrams here. We're combat ready. Heavy cavalry ready for action. M1 Abrams ready for action. Heavy cav ready to rumble. Heavy cav ready to roll. Abrams ready to roll.
Very well. Now, can you send as many targets as possible? Let's see what a Soviet invasion of Europe would have looked like.
Heavy armor is
Sir,
ready
the
to
vehicles must be kept on the shooting platform for safety reasons.
rolling. Solid copy.
Our tanks benefit from good reverse speed, which is not the case with Russian-designed tanks. This allows us to move backward to avoid being overrun, while maintaining our powerful frontal armor facing the enemy.
M1 Abrams ready for action. Abrams here. We're combat ready. Bring us there in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes. Scanner identified. Next target. Heavy cav ready to rumble. Armored is rolling out. Hostiles on my mark. Fire. Moving to shooting position.
Well, this is it. 70 tons of American diplomacy.
You mean 70 tons of a diplomatic nightmare? I had explained to the Lithuanian government why they needed to reinforce all their road bridges from here to Poland to support their weight.
Sure, but when they arrive, nothing stands in their way. And how was your flight, Counselor?
Pedal to the metal.
Completely unremarkable. You know, I spent half my life in the air, so the only surprises would be finding snakes on the plane, flying the thing myself, or reaching my 60s without getting cancer. Helicopters are impressive machines. Boy, are they noisy.
Our pilots are ready to take off. Do you want to hop in for a ride, Counselor?
Certainly. It'll be a nice change from those little private helicopters that fly like cabs.
Cargo helicopters can transport troops and supplies, but also vehicles as long as their weight allows it. One of our vehicles broke down during a maneuver exercise. Let's go and recover it with our helicopter.
Call my hero fat again. Flying there now. Flying to coordinates. Chinook, at your command. Low and slow.
The hooks are in place. Now let's drop it off at the repair station.
Chinook, standing by. Flight path updated. Heavy transport here.
back in working order. How about a little target practice now, Counselor? Get behind one of the machine guns, and we'll put you in range of some targets to shoot at.
But I have never fired a machine gun before.
Don't worry, it's very simple, and I'll be here to help.
Heading there now. Thrusting forward. Target acquired. Engaging. Chin up. Heavy transport ready. Chin up. Standing by.
Here we go! Bum-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Come on, get some! Woo! Yeah!
New flight plan received.
Get some! Get some! Yeah!
New flight path set. Flight plan confirmed.
Pretty impressive for someone who's never shot before.
That must be a natural.
All the targets are down. Let's head back to the helipad.
I've not had that much fun in a long time. You sure know how to entertain, Major. You should come work with me. With you by my side, getting those contracts signed would be a breeze. Plus, you wouldn't have to work with this grumpy old man anymore.
Thank you for the offer. At the moment, I'm tied to my current assignment.
I see. Well, think about it.
Troop transport reporting in. Copy. Relocating.
This is the ATGM shooting ground. It stands for Anti-Tank Guided Missiles. They travel slower than tank rounds, but have a greater range. Their use is therefore preferable when the line of sight is unobstructed.
Yeah, I know that. Send the targets. Let's see that in practice.
In absence of a specific command, the gunners communicate their targets to each other. If a missile is already in flight, the other gunner will give priority to another target. That way, no missiles are wasted.
It's a pleasant surprise to see I'm not the only one worrying about the taxpayers' money here.
The range of the missiles can be superior to the detection range of the unit, so they generally work alongside recon units. The gunners are trained to switch targets mid-flight if the initial target disappears or if instructed to do so. This is particularly useful, as the long flight time of the missile can give time to the enemy to take cover or activate their smoke dischargers.
I hope you use the old TOW-2A for this demonstration. The new Top Attack TOW-2B costs twice as much, so using them against anything other than a tank is a waste of resources.
Don't worry, sir. We use special training ammunition, both cheaper and less hazardous than regular ammo during exercises. By the way, Counselor, where do you and the General know each other from?
We were friends once. Good friends, actually.
Oh, and what happened?
Can we just not have this conversation, please? When do we get there?
Someone called for a cab? Already there. Humvee ready.
I see nothing happening here. What's going on?
It's a good sign, sir. Our troops are exercising their camouflage skills here. They try to reach the target area undetected by staying away from the hostile patrols. staying in cover as much as possible, and sprinting to move across open areas faster. Recon units are specially trained and equipped to remain as discreet as possible. They have a reduced visual, thermal, and electronic signature that makes them harder to detect.
Electronic signature? So they refrain from posting geolocalized selfies during the mission? Impressive.
Need a rifle? On the double. Moving silent. Sneaking in.
Ha! Spotted!
Sniper team, at your orders, sir. Walking like ghosts. Hunters of gunmen here. Copy. Infiltrating. Double time. We move in silence. Copy. We're moving in silence. Infiltration underway. Moving quietly. Infiltrating. On the move. Stealth mode. Sneaking in. Walking like ghosts. Infiltrating. Moving quietly. Quick like. We move in silence. Copy. Infiltrating. Infiltration underway. Copy. We're moving in silence. Moving silent.
Well, well.
Halo,
Looks
go
like
fast.
we have hide-and-seek champions.
Personal carrier ready. Armored transport ready.
What's being built here?
Nothing. This is the close quarter training area. Infantrymen use these buildings to simulate urban combat. The rules are simple. We try to capture their sector, and they try to capture ours.
Sounds good. Let's see what you're made of, Commander.
Our troops are ready to be called as reinforcements, Commander.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
Infantry
Moving there
weapons
now.
have varying ranges and efficiencies. Long-range
Roger.
support
Moving
weapons
out.
usually require the unit to be static, while short-range assault weapons can be fired on the move.
Reporting in.
Assault weapons
Roger.
are also more
We're on the
effective
move.
once in range,
Striker
and can be
ready for
used to
combat.
breach buildings held by enemy
Eyes
units.
and ears, sir. Armored transport, ready. Striker standing by. Personal carrier ready.
Vehicles can provide excellent fire support, but are vulnerable to infantry anti-tank rockets. They must therefore be kept out of their range as much as possible.
Roger, we're off your mic. Striker ready. Roger, moving out. Recon vehicle is good to go.
When units are under fire or take damage, their stress level increases, which makes them less efficient.
Send traffic, over.
There are two levels of stress expressed by a blinking orange or red color on their label. When a unit is low on ammo or heavily damaged, it's preferable to send it back to base rather than abandoning it to its fate. Units sent back to base become available again sooner, and you'll receive a bonus of requisition points proportional to their condition.
Move your asses, maggots! Reconnaissance, ready for action. Heavy weapons team in combat. Troop transport taking fire! Rangers, ready for action. Recon vehicle standing by. Reconnaissance is good to go. Recon vehicle ready for action. Surrender is not a Ranger word! 75th, at your orders. You'd be blind without us. Copy. Relocating. All ass! Rangers ready for combat! Get in that building! Moving there now. Roger. Moving out. Your eyes and ears, sir. Reconnaissance, standing by. Troop transport, standing by. Striker, ready for action. Recon vehicle, ready. Moving out. Pedal to the metal. Striker awaiting orders. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Striker reporting in. Armored transport, standing by. Surrender is not a Ranger word. Get your asses in that building. Look alive. I want a base of fire in that building. Get us the fuck out of here. Recon vehicle here. We're in combat. Weapons team standing by. Hoorah! Rangers standing by. Heavy weapons ready. Establish a base of fire in that building. Rangers here. Check that building. Weapons team standing by.
Well, that was a good show, Commander. But it demonstrates one thing. Our allies are not ready at all to defend themselves. Had it been the Russians in front of them today, they would have been slaughtered.
Failure is part of training, sir. They're only reservists. They will continue to drill.
Was Bennett's staff your first assignment, Commander? What about you, Major?
Yes, sir. It's been 5 years now.
Well, you didn't draw the winning ticket with him as CO. He was sidelined a long time ago, and you won't be able to advance your career if you stay attached to that sinking ship.
Humvee ready. Armored transport reporting in.
What's going on here?
Some of our vehicles broke down, apparently. Thanks to the diagnostic system integrated into our vehicles, we can easily identify which part is damaged.
We cannot let that happen. Not today.
Don't worry, sir. We have the necessary supplies to repair them. The commander will call a cargo truck from the support group and make sure they bring a big load of supplies with them. As soon as the supplies are unloaded next to the vehicles, the crew will handle the repairs automatically.
Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. Need supplies? I got my ears on, go ahead. Logi here, send traffic. Tactical truck ready to haul. Heavy transport here, send traffic. Breaker 19, who needs supplies? Heavy transport here, send traffic. Here, beans, bullets, and band-aids.
The vehicles are now fully operational again.
Perfect. Now let's move on. That's all well and good, but I'm not here for these trifles. I've got a major fighter jet contract to attend to. So here's the real showstopper. I want you to demonstrate its air-to-ground and air-to-air capabilities for our guests.
Take a seat, Miller. I'm in charge here.
Ah, General. I was wondering when you'd come out of hiding. So, what's on the menu, Chef?
We'll start with a classic. Close air support with good old A-10s.
Yeah, like in '91, the good old days. You never change your record, do you?
Shut up, Miller! Commander, you will be leading this demonstration. Call in an A-10 and order it to destroy the marked targets. Planes must work in coordination with recon to target enemy ground units. The recon detects and identifies the target while the plane maneuvers to attack it.
I know you want to see that gun in action. Roger, strafing the area. want to see that gun in action. Fencing in. Call center support inbound. I'm the ultimate ground pound.
Whoa, the sound of that gun always gives me chills.
Attack one complete.
It reminds me of
Turn back.
well, whatever. Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Mission ready. Time to bug out.
Now call in a Harrier to make a bombing run.
Oh, great. Another old crate.
Roger, flying there. Jump jet ready. Green light. Bomb run on target. Airstrike complete.
Send the plane back to base before it runs out of
Copy.
fuel.
Bugging out. Bugging out. Harrier, mission ready. New course set.
All right, Commander, send in the F-15EX now.
Finally.
This plane is equipped with a laser designation pod and smart bombs. You mark the target with the pod, and the bombs will correct their trajectory to hit with pinpoint accuracy.
Solid copy. Air support mission inbound.
You see, making gun runs and guiding missiles is outdated. Now, you drop a bomb from as far as you can and you let it do the job for you.
Well, let's try again with a moving target this time. And you'll see that a human is still needed to predict the target's trajectory. The target is still standing, Commander. Don't make us look like fools. We're here to demonstrate the capabilities of this plane, not your lack of competence.
Going for effect. Returning to new heading. Airstrike is go for effect. Eagle standing by. Roger that. Strike area confirmed. Coordinates received. Commencing attack. Rolling on the target area. Coming around now. Eagle copies. Fight by fight. Strike coordinates received. Coordinates received. Commencing attack. Solid copy. Air support mission inbound. Going for effect. Airstrike is go for effect. CAS, mission received. Eagle here. Back to Texaco. Blind the coordinates. The Big Bird is in the air. Roger that. Strike area confirmed. Going for effect. New heading set. Eagle ready. Flight plan updated. Strike coordinates received. Coordinates received. Commencing attack. Airstrike is go for effect. Eagle here. Send mission. Over. Solid copy. Air support mission inbound.
When you take one of these bombs on the face like that, the coffin they send back home doesn't weigh much. Believe me. Send in the second F-15, Commander. This time to demonstrate its air-to-air capabilities against drones.
We have potential buyers for dozens of these planes, so make sure these drones are shot down nice and clean, Commander.
Remind me, Miller, are we here to defend these people or to sell them weapons?
Selling them weapons means they can defend themselves. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. I just make sure they buy from the right bait and tackle shop.
Proceeding as frag. Eagle, standing by for orders. Going high.
Drone destroyed. See to next target.
Lines out.
Second target destroyed.
Three out of three.
There's one more drone, Commander. Finish it.
Eagle, mission ready. Target locked. Engaging.
Great job, Commander. If we don't land a contract for a few jets after that, I'll be damned.
General, we've got a problem. I've asked confirmation from the airbase, and they sent 3 drones as planned, not 4.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me we scratched some civvies who can't read a map.
No, sir. The radar signature was definitely that of a UAV.
Well, in any case, that means trouble.
The Lithuanian government denounced a violation of its airspace and proposed to strike the air with Belarus and Russia.
The unknown object that was shot down during the exercise turned out to be a Russian drone. The official line is that it was shot down to prevent an air collision with our jets training nearby. But the Russians refused to go along with that story and maintained that it was flying on their side of the border.
But it was flying on the wrong side of the border, right?
Well, it was hit in the Lithuanian airspace, but ended up a few meters on the other side of the frontier. So, as you can imagine, they jumped on the occasion to create their own narrative. In any case, the Lithuanian government has closed their borders with Belarus and Kaliningrad until the end of the investigations. As a response, the Russians have placed all their troops at the border on high alert and sent a quote-unquote military convoy carrying humanitarian aid to Kaliningrad. They are approaching the town of Lazdishe as we speak.
And nobody thought about stopping them?
It's a tricky situation. The Lithuanians cannot block humanitarian convoys without breaking international treaties.
Humanitarian my ass. We can't let that happen. The so-called humanitarian convoy is like spitting in our face. Williams, what are our units in the area?
A striker company from 2nd Cav is training nearby. If they move it once, they should be able to intercept the convoy before it reaches the city of Lazdier.
This isn't much, but it'll have to do. Dispatch them immediately.
General, don't you see what's happening? The drone, the convoy, half the Russian army are on high alert on the other side of the frontier. This whole situation could very well be a false flag operation. If you rush into this convoy with blazing guns, this would certainly give them a justification for a strong military response.
They wouldn't dare. They're only testing our resolve. So we'll put ourselves in their way, make a show of force, and watch them go crawl back under their rock.
And what will you do if they don't stop?
The city of Lazdier is a vital crossroad to reinforce Lithuania. If they take control of it, we have no way to defend Vilnius in case of invasion. We cannot take the risk to let that happen.
Sir, Striker Company responded. They are already in sight of Lazdier and are awaiting orders.
Thank you, Major. Let's go, Commander. We have a lot on our plate.
The convoy has been spotted a few miles down this highway, sir.
No time to lose, then. This crossroad is the last position where we can stop them before they reach the city. Send your troops there immediately, Commander.
That's a big 10-4. We're moving. Let's take the hammer lane.
The convoy is approaching.
On the road
We're
again.
tracking its position with a drone.
Flight,
Hurry up!
ready to
Capture the
transport.
crossroad before they reach it.
Remember, this is officially a humanitarian convoy, and unless proven otherwise, it must be considered as such. Act with extreme caution here, General.
Need supplies?
Yeah, of course. Commander, make sure our troops are instructed to hold their fire and engage only if fired upon.
Okay, holding fire. Logi here, send traffic. Logistics ready.
We are holding the crossroad,
Check
General.
out this Rooster Cruiser
They are
again.
approaching rapidly. Maybe they didn't
Need
see us.
supplies?
Shall we fire a warning shot?
Negative!
Cargo
Hold your
truck
fire
ready.
and stay in the middle of the road. Show them we're here, and they'll back
Logistics
off.
ready. Fly truck ready to transport. Logi here, send traffic.
They stopped.
It looks like they're hesitating.
I guess they weren't expecting us.
Fly truck ready to
Come on, now is the
Cargo
moment of
truck
truth.
ready.
Either they go back, or they try to pass in force.
Look, they're moving back.
Thank God we won't have a war on our hands today. Congratulations, General. I have to admit, I didn't think it would be that easy.
No, wait. They turned left. What are they doing?
there now.
They're trying another approach to bypass us. Commander, redeploy your troops on these crossroads. Show them we're not here by accident. Don't forget to call reinforcements. We'll need all the help we can get to cover all these crossing points.
Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. Like a rocket sled on rail. Get your asses into that vehicle! Weapons team ready. Weapons team at your command, sir. On the road again. Put that hammer down! Logi here, send traffic. Striker awaiting orders. Heavy weapons here. Fly truck ready to transport. Rolling on double nickel.
They've stopped again.
Fighting vehicle ready for combat.
First crossroad secured.
Need supplies? Cargo truck ready. Time to fingerprint that load. Rolling on double nickel. Need some heavy firepower.
Enemy soldiers have dismounted from the trucks and started moving in our direction. We got positive identification of weapons. I repeat, PID of weapons.
Fly truck
Hold
ready
your
to
fire!
transport.
This is a game of chicken. Whoever shoots first takes the blame.
Fighting vehicle reporting in.
Second crossroad secured, sir.
And whoever gets shot first dies. Williams, drop a bomb on the road in front of them as a warning. We must show where our red line stands.
Striker standing by. Copy. Relocating. Back pedal. Moving out.
Our drone has been shot down.
It's clear they're not coming to shake hands. You're authorized to engage, Commander.
Heavy weapons ready.
Armed vehicles are detaching from the bulk of the convoy. They're moving up in our direction. Prepare for an assault.
Cargo truck
Establish
ready.
defensive positions in the buildings near the crossroads on our flank, Commander. And make sure our troops are resupplied. If one of these positions is overwhelmed, fall back on the main crossroad and hunker down there.
Roger.
I scrambled jets to provide fire support, but they won't be there before 30 minutes. Your orders are simple. Hold at all costs until they arrive.
Your men will never hold that long. Give me a minute. We have a pair of AC-130 gunships in the area. I will demand they be rerouted in your direction.
Need supplies?
We? Who are you actually working with now, Miller?
Rooster cruiser they gave me.
Just use the plane and don't ask questions. They will be there in about 10 minutes.
Roger. We're on the move. Striker here. We're combat ready. Weapons team at your orders. Weapons team in combat. Awaiting command. Fighting vehicle ready. Striker here. We're in combat. Vehicle status red. Situation's hot.
but make sure you keep control of the main crossroad.
One more hit and our artillery is done! Personnel carrier in combat! Driver, move back! Ass is out! Don't stay here, drive! Hit it! You like big guns too? Enemy spotted! Mortar engaged! Requesting orders! Roger! Fire mission received! Mortar engaged! Send your orders! Vehicle damaged! Requesting maintenance!
Be advised, Commander. A second wave of vehicles has forced the border and is approaching on the highway. They are accompanied by self-propelled howitzers this time.
Static defenses will be hammered by their artillery, so use the mobility of the strikers to avoid their fire.
Ready! Already there. Striker in combat! Combat vehicle standing by. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Fire mission received! Roger! Fire mission received! Roger! Fire coordinates received! Striker here! We're engaged! Hit the gas! Personal carrier here! Roger. We're on the move. Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Our vehicle can't take much more of it! Fighting vehicle! Engaged in combat! Reverse. Target acquired! Engaging! Good copy. Next waypoint received. Pedal to metal! Pedal to the metal. Heavy weapons team under fire! Heavy weapons team engaged in combat! ATGM carrier engaged! Send your orders! Target confirmed. We're engaging. Striker in combat. Smoke deployed. We're engaging.
A handful of Lithuanian units have arrived, and will hold the outskirts of the town on our left.
Striker standing
Fall
by.
back on the main crossroad and hunker down there to receive the main Russian assault.
Striker
Their
ready
artillery
orders.
fires volley after volley without repositioning. Sadly, our mortars lack the range to provide counter battery without exposing themselves.
They're just asking to be beaten. Williams, contact the Lithuanian artillery battery that was training with the strikers. Those PCH 2000s will come in handy.
At once, sir.
Unloading.
Need some heavy firepower?
Pedal to the metal.
Heavy weapons team taking fire!
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Personal carrier here. Engaging the enemy. Solid copy.
Sir, the Lithuanian artillery responded. One of their platoons is already on its way. You can call it as reinforcement, Commander.
The situation is getting dire here, Miller. When are those planes coming?
Striker
Almost there. Just hold on a few more minutes.
Cargo truck ready. Striker ready.
Weapons team standing by.
Striker ready. Striker ready for action. Engaging hostiles. Striker here. Go ahead.
Weapons team ready.
Our vehicle took a hit. We need maintenance. Nothing gonna get in our way. Fly truck ready to transport.
Weapons team at your orders. Heavy weapons ready. Heavy weapons here.
Fly truck ready to transport. Mortar available, sir. Roger. Call for fire received. Need supplies? Ain't gonna pay no toll this time. Cargo's up. Mortar ready to engage, sir. Call for fire received. Logi here, send traffic. Cargo truck ready. Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. Fly truck ready to transport. Artillery moving out. Moving. Proceeding to the next base of fire. Looks like we got us a convoy. 10-4, we're moving. Artillery ready to fire, sir. Direct fire engagement. Engaging targets with direct fire.
Weapons team here. Here's our cab, ladies!
Artillery at your command, sir. Mortar at your command, sir. Good copy. Fire coordinates received. Artillery available, sir. Providing direct fire. Cargo truck ready. That's a big 10-4. We're moving. Artillery status red. Situation.
The cavalry has arrived, Commander. The gunships are here to support you. Move them over enemy positions and enjoy the show.
Mobile artillery standing by. Prepare for counterfire. Driver home. We set up here. Target marked. Direct fire.
Take that building! Heavy weapons team is under fire!
AC gunship waiting target. Inbound. The Angel of Death is in the air.
Weapons team under fire! Requesting orders!
Recalibrate azimuth sweep angle. Adjust elevation. Steering.
Enemy units are pouring through the main crossroad. Eliminate them and retake it immediately.
Logi here. Send traffic.
Our position is overwhelmed. Retreat into the city outskirts and use the gunships to repel the
We're
assault.
on the move. Gunship ready to strike. We're the Angel of Death. Gunship ready. Gunship here, ready to strike. Ready to rain down death. Direct fire on my
The
mark.
Russian troops seem to be falling back.
Party without
Looks like
hurting.
they've had enough for today.
Need supplies?
That was a close shave. The Stryker Brigade is in poor shape and needs to be withdrawn. But they bought us precious time to organize our next move. Congratulations, Commander.
No time for congratulations. Reports indicate Russian penetrations on all the main axes leading to the free capital cities of the Baltic states. So there you have it, General. Your long-awaited war.
Russian troops are pouring into the Baltic states through every checkpoint from Narva in the north to Vilnius in the south.
The Russians have threatened Europe with the use of nuclear weapons if they dare to get involved. The threat was effective. We've been left to fend for ourselves.
We won't be able to prevent the invasion of Estonia and Latvia, and could quickly end up bogged down in a long and exhausting war of attrition in Lithuania. We're far from home and on our own. Our expeditionary units can hit hard and fast, but will rapidly lose effectiveness.
Then our best chance is to seize a bargaining chip to negotiate with.
And what do you propose?
We take Kaliningrad.
I like it. We have enough forces in Poland and in the Baltic Sea to take the city and even the entire Oblast if things go well. I will prepare attack plans on strategic targets around the city.